everybody, my name is Jamie and my business is My Back Porch, and I am one of Amy Howard's artist in residence. And this month's project, I'm going to be doing a chair. I'm going to paint the fabric on a chair. And I think she has happened upon a really awesome way to do this. I have done it before, it did not work. It felt like leather, it was hard, it cracked, all of that. But the method that she has taught us that I want to share with you has worked wonderfully. I have a chair that I painted, it's in my guest room, and no one has figured out that I painted that chair. Now this chair that I'm gonna paint, it's a chair with a back and a front, and it has a cushion. So I took the cushion out, so I'm just going to be painting the cushion itself without the stuffing in the middle. So if you are watching today, go ahead and let us know where you're watching from. I love to hear that. I am from a little town in North Texas called Lake Kiowa, and I have a she shed out behind my house, and that's where I paint everything. So that's where I am today. So let me get things a little closer so you can see what we're doing, and I will show you what we do. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We have Amy Howard One Step Paint. This is in the color of Tock, which is really nice, cool blue-green color. We have fabric softener. I happen to have Gain, but you can use any brand. The last time I just grabbed the cheapest brand they had at the local Dollar General, and it worked great. So I'm hoping this smells really good. The chair will smell good for about a month. And then you have water. So your ratio is 2 parts of paint, 1 part of fabric softener, and 1 part of water. So we are going to add that here. Oops, I need something to open it. Okay, we're going to add that here. Let me get this open. I'll show you the chair here in just a second. Oh, I need to shake this up just a little. Try to do it so it doesn't splatter all over me. Okay, there we go. I'm going to fill this up to about a little bit under that. I'm not doing this, I'm not using measuring cups. Okay, there we go. I like to put the paint back in there, because if not, I'll never get the lid back off. Okay, let me put the lid back on. Then we're going to do, let's see, 1 part water and 1 part fabric softener. Whoop. I forget every time I shake this. It needs to, okay, there we go. And it's going to fill up my cup pretty good. There we go. Now Amy's paint smells really good on its own, but you add fabric softener to it, and it just, I can't think of any better smelling paint. Now it's really interesting. You want to go ahead and stir it up really good. If I had a spoon, it would work great. Don't have a spoon. So the last time I did this, when I got it mixed really good, it started to have the consistency of like a really light cream cheese, or maybe like whipped cream, not quite that light. I think that there must be something in the fabric softener that reacts with the chalk, and it makes the softest paint ever. Let me go in and use this brush now. think I filled it too full. I did. Okay, it's starting to happen. Oh, I had my hand up there, I'm sorry. It's starting to come together, and oh, it just gets to where it's just, maybe it's frosting. You see how it's getting thicker there? That's the consistency that I like. So once we get this all mixed up, I'll come a little closer here so you guys can see. I am getting that all mixed up, and it just, oh, it's ice cream. That's what it looks like, ice cream, homemade ice cream. So there we go. So we've got it all mixed up really good. And let me redirect the camera so I can show you the painting. Okay, this is the chair that we're working on, and I've already started on this part. And guys, that's already so nice. That's one coat. So we're gonna paint this right here. So I'm gonna come back. See that trim there? I'm gonna come back and do that trim with a much smaller brush. Because I've got white all over it. I've painted the piece of furniture already. I used ballet white, and then I came back over it with a glaze of, ooh, I forgot to do something. Let me real quick do this. I'd like to spray it with just a little bit of water before we get started. So let me, and that keeps it from just absorbing way too much. I'm gonna go ahead, keeps it from absorbing too much paint the first go around. So I'm not getting it sopping wet. We're just, it's a gentle spritzing of water. And this is just our first coat. We're gonna go over this. And if I get any on the white, I can easily paint over. I just love this color. It's so pretty. So it will, you will be able to see through it first coat. But to see how the paint just stays on there, isn't that cool? I feel like I'm painting with ice cream. So again, our mixture ratio when we're painting this is 2 parts paint and 1 part fabric softener and 1 part water. So even with that mixture, this still goes on really well. And as you could tell, I only made about, I don't know, what, about a half a cup of paint mixed with, I'm sorry, lost my train of thought. Paint mixed with the fabric softener in the water. So it's still got really good coverage. Now, times I've done it before, there's been the paint just soaked in so much, and I think that was part of what made the fabric feel so so hard and crackly. It's almost like I'm painting on wax here. So I'll go ahead and I'll finish painting this first coat here. And then we're gonna go and we're gonna work on the cushion that goes on here. So let me just do a little bit more painting. I know everybody likes to watch somebody else paint when you would all rather be painting yourself. Sometimes when I paint, I get out quite a few aggressions. I calm down when I paint. It's a good thing for me. So, okay, we're done here. So let me change our angle and we'll go and start working on the cushion. Here is the cushion, and as you can see, it's got some stains on here. It's double-sided. It has a zipper in the back. So I don't know which side's going to be up and back, but what I want to do is I want to do these sides first. So yeah, just a little bit of water, and I'm going to use my same mixture here that keeps getting thicker and thicker. And I'm just gonna put this on. I'm not putting it on extra thick. It just looks like it is. So I'm gonna focus on this side part first, and then I'll go and do the other parts. I kind of like to put something underneath because I don't really want it, even though it's the same color, I don't really want it to go from one side to the other. I want each side to have its own coating of paint. Oop, that was a little thick. And then what I'm gonna do when I'm all done with it is I'm just gonna hang it up to dry. You know, those little pants hangers that you get that have those clips? I'm just gonna hang it on those, probably from the zipper. I could have painted this with the cushion, but you know, I just want it to be the fabric. We're painting the fabric here. I don't need to paint the cushion. I'd like to keep that nice and clean. That's another thing that if you can take the cushion off, I think it works much better. So you see how this is made this nice thick? And it smells, okay y'all, it smells like fresh laundry. So, you know, this is, you know, one of those things that you can do inside a room. You don't have to do it while you're doing your laundry. You've already got the stuff right there. So that's doing the edges. And then when I come to do this, and normally I would wait for that, I'm gonna take a rag or cardboard or an old t-shirt or something, and I'm gonna put it, I'm gonna lay it down in here so that it has something in between the two layers. And the only reason I do this is just because I kind of like the paint just to go on this layer, not to go through. It uses less paint. Oh, look at those. You can definitely see where the mess is. You see all those spots right there? You know, we don't want that. No, there's more over here. So it definitely needed something. So I think the grain of the fabric goes this way. So if you can paint with the grain, I would not suggest painting on a velvet fabric because you're dealing with the nap, and I don't think that works very well. You can try it and give it a try. Sometimes you can get these chairs, you know, like 10 bucks. This thing, I'll show you the before and after picture if I haven't already. And this thing was lime green and hot pink. And it may go in some girl's room, but it was not gonna fit anywhere in my house or the average person, unless you've got a teenage girl that's totally into lime green and hot pink. So I'm not doing a super great job here. I'm just kind of slopping this stuff on, getting my first coat on, trying to make sure that the coat is even, covering up those nasty whatever they are. I did not wash this before I did it. I'm just painting it. And to be honest, I don't know if after you've painted it, if you want to wash it or not. I doubt it. I would say just come back over it. We're gonna finish it off with some wax, and that will protect the coat of paint as well as give it a little bit more softener. Now the chair that I did in the guest room, I never put any wax on it, and the paint does not get off. It's not gotten on anybody's clothing. So there, we're gonna just leave that to dry. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna let this dry and we'll come back and I'll try to get this finished so I can show you my finished project. And if you see here, the paint didn't even go through. So it's soaking in, but that water kept it from soaking all the way through. Now that's painted, and it is not coming other than where I've touched it. So that's looking really, really good. So I will come back after this is dried, now that I've touched wet paint and messed it all up. But once it dries, we'll come back, we'll do one more coat over it, and then we'll come back and we'll wax it. So I will be back in just a little bit and we'll let this dry. Okay, everybody, I went ahead and put the cushion back into this cushion cover. And what I did was there were all kinds of little bumps and things on here. So I took a sanding pad and I just went over it gently. I'm not doing it too hard. And I'm just getting those bumps out, making it nice and soft. Here's the other side. This has one coat and I've already kind of been messing with it. I'm using 150. It'd probably be better if I use 250 to sand, just because I'm getting a little further down than what I really want to. So, but this sanding, I think that extra piece of stuffing goes right there. So, okay, so I have finished sanding. So I'm gonna mix me up a little bit more paint, and this will be my second and final coat. So we're doing, and I won't need as much. So we're gonna use about 1/4 of fabric softener, 1/4 of water, and then 2/4 or 1/2 of our paint, which again, this color is Tock. It's so pretty. I really like it. So we're gonna pop this open, add it in. Okay, so we're gonna go up to about right there. but see, I left my brush inside, so I'll pull out a different one. There we go. Okay, let me see if I can find a brush. Already got paint on my hands. Love these brushes. Okay, so first of all, we're going to start out. I'm going to stir this up and get it to where it's all combined. Here, I'll put that a little closer so you can kind of see what we're doing. At first, it takes a little while to get it all combined, but then it starts coming together. And remember yesterday, I told you that it kind of looked like soft serve ice cream or homemade ice cream. Or, I don't know, Cool Whip. So there we go. It's starting to get to that consistency. So that means I've got it all mixed in. Almost looks good enough to eat. Okay, so we're gonna come back in, and since I already did the first coat, it's not gonna go through and it won't mess with the inside here. So we're gonna do this coat here, and then when we're all done, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna let it dry, and then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna wax it. Just a little coat of wax just to seal this in and just to make it that much more, especially if you're doing black or, some dark color. You don't want somebody to sit on here with white pants and run the risk that the paint would come off on their pants, which I don't think it would, but I would much rather make sure. See how it doesn't take near as much on the second coat. And I'm trying to go along with what you call the nap of the fabric, which is going longwise here. Got something there. There we go. So as you see, this works really, really well. I don't think I'm gonna put, new brush, I'm getting little hairs off my brush in this. So there we go. Look at this side. I'm gonna go around and get all the other sides. I'm gonna, don't know that I'm gonna hang it up anymore. I haven't done the back yet, but I wanna make sure I get it nice and good in the front. So I will finish this, we'll come back and I will wax it, and then I will show you my final project. I've already got the chair all painted and ready to go. So let me just finish this, let it dry, and I will come back and show you. Okay, I'll see you soon. Okay, I have my chair out here, and the next step I was gonna do is I've got 2 coats on this chair. So now I am just using some of Mind Your Own Beeswax, putting it on this big brush here. And I'm just not putting a lot, because a lot of this will go, a little will go a long way. I'm just kind of spreading it on. I'm getting it on there. And then I'm gonna rub it in a little bit more and spread it out. So, waxing is just as easy as that. Of course, you can tell where you've got the wax based on how it feels. So when it's tacky, you're gonna know, see, I've got more than enough on here. Right now I'm just waxing this. I'll come back and wax this. I think I'm gonna wax it with a color. I may take Mind Your Own Beeswax and mix it with just a little bit of the Tock and make a colored wax so that the pretty parts kind of stand out. So, oh goodness. So here's the chair that I'm working on, and let's see, I think that one's ready to go. So I'm just spreading my wax, and then I'm coming back in, and I'm just putting that into the fabric, and then I'm gonna let it dry, and we'll be done. And this fabric it just feels so soft. It's not real hard. I think that's the thing that I really like about having the fabric softener in, is that it's not real hard. It doesn't feel like I've necessarily just gone in and painted it. You can tell that it was satin. You can still tell that it was a satin fabric because you can still see that. You can see some of the lines from the satin, especially in the back when you're looking at it. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna finish this here, finish the cushion, and then I'm gonna show you my finished product. And the before picture, because I don't think I showed you guys my before picture. You're not gonna believe the difference. So it's as easy as that. I could have done it a lot quicker, but it has been raining non-stop in Texas here lately, and it is just so humid, so I'm really having to do one step, wait a day, do another step, wait a day, and that's why I've had to do this in a video in several steps. So when I'm all done, I will show you the finished product, and I'll show you my before picture. Okay, everyone, here is a picture of the chair before I started working on it. My color is a little off, but you can tell that it is lime green and hot pink. So now I'm going to reveal the end and the finished product. It's been fully waxed and everything. So here it is. So it has a full back on it that's all painted. I went in with some colored wax, which is where I just mixed in a little of that Tock paint in with the Mine Your Own Beeswax, and we've got a little of that green tint in the chair. And I just want you to see, you see that? It's nice and soft, it's not cracking. I love this. It does not feel like rubber when you sit on it. I really think that the mixture of the Amy Howard at Home paint with the fabric softener and water just makes the perfect mixture to make it nice and soft and supple. So I hope you have enjoyed my video, and I hope you have learned how to do some things, and now you can go and tackle those chairs. There's my little girl, and make yourself something beautiful. Take those old chairs that you find at a garage sale with the tacky looking print, clean it up, paint it, and boom, look at what you got. So blessings to you all, and I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.